What's going on, everyone? Back here at Faxon Park. Big Stellwagen softball win, 15-8 in Game 2. Got a big win. It's the best of three series. We were down 1-0. Tough loss on Tuesday night. I'm here with the player of the game, Dave McKenna, the star catcher for Stellwagen. 3 hits on the night and a walk, 4 for 4 on base. How to feel to respond tonight, get a win for this team tonight?
Dude, it was great. I mean, backs against the wall. I mean, no pressure. Just go out there, do your thing. We all did,
Yeah, W. What I love most about you, Dave, in this game tonight is this. You had a tough last 24 hours. Your finger has been hurting for a couple weeks, throbbing. Obviously, you had a tough injury 2 weeks ago in a regular season game. You're fighting through that, fighting through a tough day today. You come to the ballpark tonight. 3 times you got on base with a hit, 1 time with a walk, 4 for 4 on base. What are you looking forward to on Monday night, which is Game 3, the rubber match against this team?
I'm looking forward to going out and do the same thing. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Base hits, up the middle, ground balls, let them make the plays. No fly balls, everybody down and hard. That's the name of the game.
One last question I have for you. How do you memorize where everybody in the lineup hits the ball? Because you're pretty good at that from the catching position.
Dude, I watch. I pay attention. I see it from the outfield when I play the outfield. I see it when I'm in the catcher. It's easier. But if everybody listens to me, we'll be in a better position to make the play.
Much appreciated, Dave. Congratulations on the big game tonight. And now here we are with our second interview with the captain of the Stellwagen softball team, Chris Maddog McKenna, the heart and soul of the club. Big win tonight, 15-8 win, scoring 6 runs in the 7th inning. You had a big game, big RBI hit to get us going. I think the game was a pretty close game still when you had that RBI hit in the 5th inning. And look at that, 11 runs in the last 3 innings for Stellwagen. What was it like tonight on the field? I think it was a different energy than the Tuesday night loss, which the loss was tough. We knew we could beat this team. Extra innings loss on Tuesday night. We responded tonight.
Well, it was like the same energy in terms of like how tight it was, right? Like,
yeah.
We went back and forth.
Yeah.
Like there was 3 different lead changes, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, these guys aren't going to go down light. But guess what? We ain't no one-punch knockout. You know what I'm saying?
No, we ain't. You're right. And that's the thing. You're exactly right. I think the energy was a little bit different.
Well, guess what? Because we had grit in the 7th. Scoring 4 runs in the first game, and now we had grit in the 6th and 7th, scoring 10 runs in both of those. You know?
I'd say defensively, we were locked in the first game on Tuesday night. Tonight there was a different energy. I don't think we had many errors. I think one on me where I let a ball fall in. I called you off. You probably could have got it, but
we didn't have many errors in the first game either.
No, none. Yeah, we had no errors. I was gonna say we might have 1 or 2 errors tonight, if that.
Lockdown D.
Yeah, we've been locked in. So game plan for Monday night, the rubber match. What are you thinking for a game plan on Monday night? Same lineup, mix it up.
Well, it depends on who's gonna come
Show up,
or not. Like half our team could probably be like in the Cape Cod or whatever.
Yeah, on a boat with Braga, Harry Braga on a boat with Sean McKenna.
But if everybody's in, it's basically gonna be the same lineup for the most part. Like I mean, what you don't fucking broke something ain't. You don't fix anything that broken.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What did you think about the shift they used on you? They used a heavy shift on you in all 5 of your at-bats, or 4 at-bats. They brought a big shift from shortstop going into right field.
It got in my head the second at-bat. I was like, oh, shit, they're hard shifting me. So I was like, all right, because I can hit it oppo, but it might be.
It takes your power away if you try to go up, although you have all that power going to right field, But, yeah, you made it work. You had a big hit, RBI hit. In a close game when it was still in the 5th inning. I think we were still trailing at that point. It was a 1-run game maybe at that point.
Yeah.
We scored 10 runs in the last 2 innings. They scored none. So it was an 8-5 game before the last 2 innings.
Right.
And we scored 10. Exactly. So when you had that big RBI hit, it got us really going. So big game, Monday night. You went with an 11-guy lineup tonight. What went into that thinking?
Green has a good bat, I was actually thinking about doing that anyways because snowballs too.
Yep.
Like he was he could have made it as well. But just spread out the speed and the consistency. But it's like that's just. I mean, we did that last year, and it worked for us in the playoffs as well. I have faith in pretty much everybody.
100%, definitely.
And that's basically what went into it. And plus, I just want to hang out and it's a Friday night, so I just want to drink beers with Green.
Get the whole squad out. Yeah. Get the whole squad out. Hey, the heart and soul of the Stellwagen softball team, Chris Maddog.
Wait! Don't sign me off.
Not gonna sign you. I'll let you go. Here you go.
Shout out to Steve Abrams, pitched a gem.
He did.
They got 2 runs in 4 innings. In
the first 4 innings,
one random 6, but whatever.
6 they got in the 4th. Yep.
Yeah.
5th inning.
Bottom
who's
5. Else? Shout out to Dave going to. Actually, check out this. The bottom of the order got most of our runs, dude.
Yeah.
That's when we're rolling. When those guys are consistent.
Pick up the top of the order.
Yeah, because the top isn't doing much. But the top probably are hitting them in. But
100%. I'm with you. Yeah, but hey, they're getting on base. All that matters. They're getting on base. Is all that matters.
But
Big win, though,
Yeah,
15-8.
dude, yo.
We'll take it.
Man, my weekend going to be great.
We got to ice up. I know I do.
Oh, dude, yeah, you got to ice up. How's your arm?
It's all right. Well, I'm going to ice it up. We'll see. I did have a tough game Monday night pitching. Threw a lot of pitches, 92 pitches on Monday night. Came here Tuesday night, and then took Wednesday, Thursday off, and I'm back here tonight. But
Why are you pitching for, what's going on here?
baseball is my my love, but I'm here for softball.
Well,
too,
you need to grow up and be a softball player. Like, you need to get old.
I'm here for both. I'm here. I haven't missed a game.
I know.
In the playoffs. I'm here.
Listen,
but
proud of the guys, proud of the squad, and that's what's up with the what's up.
Stellwagen softball, heart and soul of the team right here. Chris Maddog McKenna, always a pleasure. Thank you so much, and I'll see you Monday night. One more thing he wants to add in. Here he is, the captain, Chris Maddog McKenna.
All right. Also, it's really helpful that the females show up. You know, they do our cheerleaders. They're the best. They sometimes trip this team to get in their head. So that was very helpful as well.
Yeah, we had a great showing tonight. The whole entire stands was filled with Stellwagen softball fans. I mean, that's what you want. And Monday night, hopefully it's the same thing in the rubber match.
Dude, they're all good looking too. It makes us play better. You know.
There we go. Why not? Hey, here he is, the captain, Chris Maddog McKenna. Appreciate it. So I want to just add in some stats here and how everybody played in the game. So leading off, playing left field was Harry Braga. Had another good game, 2 for 4 on the night with a walk and a run scored. He was 6 for 6 on base in game 1. Continued to have another positive effort in game 2, 2 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. So for those of you counting at home, in his first 2 games in the playoffs, he has been on base 9 of his first 11 plate appearances. 9 of his first 11. So very impressive effort there by our leadoff hitter and definitely one of the heart and souls of the team there, Harry Braga. So batting second is Sean McKenna, playing right center field. He had a good night, 2 for 5 on the night. He's been an on-base machine all season, coming up big in a lot of big situations. He had a very big catch as well in game 1. Unfortunately, it was in a losing effort, but there was a ball that was between right center field, right field, and second base, off the glove of Matt. And Sean somehow, some way, found a way to get the ball before it hit the ground, just barely catching it inches before it hit the ground. Very impressive play there. And he's been great defensively all year for us. Batting third, playing left center field, is Chris Maddog McKenna. He was 1 for 5 on the night. Had a good game in game 1. Actually had a big hit in the bottom of the 7th inning in game 1 where we were down by 2 runs, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, down to our last out, and he had a big single to tie the game up with the 2-run single there in the bottom of the 7th. Unfortunately, though, in game 2, they found a way to put a shift on and try to make it harder on him. He still had a good game, though, 1 for 5, hit the ball very hard, just into the shift a few times. But regardless, he came up big defensively. It seemed like a lot of the plays on the night went to either me or Maddog in left center field. I'd say we combined for 85% of the putouts in the game. 85% between pop-outs to me and then flyouts to him and ground balls to me. I'd say we combined for about 85% of the putouts or the assists in the game. So impressive game for Maddog defensively as always. And then at the plate, he hit the ball really hard. It was just right at a few guys. I mean, this team we were playing against seemed like they really did their homework from game 1 into game 2. Going into game 2, it looks like they really game planned and looked at spray shots of where we're all hitting the ball because they were in the right place at the right time for a good amount of our first few innings. It seemed like my first at-bat and second at-bat and everybody else's as well, they were in good positioning. And then we really broke out, though. If you look at the box score, I mean, it was a 1-0 ball game after 3 innings. By the time we really got our second at-bat and got around the order, that's where we really got hot. We scored 1 run in the 3rd, so it was a 1-run game after 3 innings, 1-0 Stellwagen. And then we scored 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, and then 6 in the 7th inning. And that combines for 15-run total there by Stellwagen. We had a really good night defensively as well. Only 1 bad inning, which was the bottom of the 5th inning. We gave up 6 runs. Besides that, it's a 15-8 ball game. Really no errors yet again, so another good, crisp night on defense. And our loss on Tuesday night, there were no errors. It was really just timely hitting by them, the other team, and hitting it into gaps and a lot of bloopers and singles up the middle that helped them get the win on Tuesday night. It was an extra innings game, 9 innings. We ended up losing a heartbreaker, but we responded with a big win on Friday. So credit to the squad for finding a way to get back on track, get a win, and now force a big rubber match game on Monday night. Let me get back to the stats, though, really quick. So Maddog, as I said, was 1 for 5. Sam Leahy playing left field, batting 4th. He was our cleanup hitter, and he was great yet again. 1 for 3 with a double, a walk. Nearly hit a home run on his double to left field. It was in the last inning, I believe it was, in the 7th inning. Huge double. Honestly, it was carrying very well. I thought it was going to get out. It did not, unfortunately, though. He ends up getting a double out of it, though, and ends up scoring anyways. We end up getting 6 runs, as I said, in that 7th inning. And he started it off very hot for us with that double to get things going. Then batting 5th, playing third base, is the Gold Glove candidate, Mully, and he had a great game at the plate. He had a big, resilient effort after a tough game one. I know he was disappointed in the way he played in game one, but he responded very well in a big game on Friday night, going 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And that's all you really want at the end of the day. If you have a tough game in game one, you want to respond in game two, have a big hit or two. And he had 3 hits in game two, scoring 2 runs. Mully definitely responded in a big way. Great to see him getting himself back on track at the plate. He was huge in our win on Friday night. And honestly, he could have been player of the game as well with Dave. We should have done co-players of the game because I think Dave and Mully both deserved an opportunity to be players of the game for how big of an effort they had. Mully had a tough game in game one on Tuesday night, responded with a big game here in game two. And then Dave McKenna had a resilient game as well here in game two on Friday night at Faxon Park. Huge effort for Dave, which I'll get to his stats in just a second. But he was talking about in the post-game interview where he had a lot going on, and he was in a tough position before the game where he didn't have his jersey, didn't have his cleats, didn't have his glove, and ends up finding a way to get a big win and responds in a big way. So credit to Mully and Dave for 2 big nights there, and definitely were big parts of our win, getting ourselves back on track and forcing a game 3. So now I was batting 6th, playing shortstop, and I was 1 for 4 with a run scored. I had a lot of activity on defense, as I said. Like Maddog McKenna, I'd say we combined for about 80 to 85% of the putouts or the assists in the game. It just felt like the ball was finding our way between left center field where Maddog plays and where I played shortstop. A lot of bloops and pop-outs to each of us and fly-outs to Maddog and left. A couple ground balls to me as well. And obviously at the end of the day, we get the win, so that's most important. So even if we get a lot of the plays our way, as long as we get the win, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Batting 7th was our catcher, Dave McKenna, who was player of the game, 3 for 3 on the night with the walk. He was 4 for 4 on base with 3 runs scored. Very impressive effort there by Dave McKenna, who's playing through a finger injury right now, finding a way to be productive at the plate even with it. 4 for 4 on base. Very deserving of the player of the game. Congratulations to Dave on a big game there on Friday night. Next up is our 8th hitter, and that is Pat, who plays first base. He was 2 for 4 on the night with the run scored. Pat had a couple big hits and some big moments. If you look at the box score here, he had a hit in the 4th inning to get things going. There were 3 guys on base ahead of him. Ends up having a big RBI hit in the 4th inning where we scored 3 runs. And that inning was really where we got things going, started to get guys on base and get ourselves back on track. I feel like in the 1st inning and 2nd inning, the other team really was just in the right position at the right time. As I said, it really did seem like they were looking at spray shots of where we were going to hit the ball, but things really broke open there in the 4th inning where we scored 3 runs, and then even more so in the 6th inning and the 7th inning where we scored 4 runs and 6 runs respectively. But as I said, Pat had a big hit there in the 4th inning, a big RBI hit to get ourselves really rolling on offense. So credit there to Pat to get things going there and get ourselves a couple runs there in the 4th inning. Next up is our 9 hitter. It is our second baseman, Matt, who had a big night at the plate, 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. A couple big hits as well. And if you look at the box score here, he had 2 hits there in the 6th and 7th innings with guys on base ahead of him. 2 very timely hits there and 2 innings there. We scored 4 runs and 6 runs. So he kept the rally going. And like Maddog mentioned in the postgame interview, the bottom of the order really did keep ourselves afloat. If you look at it, we had Dave, who was our 7th hitter, going 3 for 3 with the walks, so 4 for 4 on base. Pat was 2 for 4 with the runs scored. Matt was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Steve Abrams was 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. And then Green was 2 for 3 with a run scored and a sac fly. The bottom of the order really did get things going for us and really got ourselves a lot of the offense that we had on the night, so credit to them. Next up is our 10 hitter, and that is our pitcher, the ace, Steve Abrams, who had an unreal night on the mound. I believe it only walked 1 guy, and this is a team that waits for the first strike, it seemed like. A lot of the batters wait for the first strike, so it's tough as a pitcher because if they're waiting for the first strike, you start at 1-1 count to start. So if you have a ball, it's already 2-1. Another one, it's 3-1. They're waiting for a strike with a bat on their shoulder. So Steve has a lot of pressure on him to throw strikes, and he does it very often, especially in that game on Friday night. Really kept them accountable at the plate. Only 1 walk, as I said, and he's always great defensively as well. I don't think he really had much action besides maybe 1 play, a ground ball back to him with guys on base. Had a good throw to first base, but Pat stretched just enough to keep himself on the base and get the out. And then Steve at the plate was 3 for 4, very productive with 3 runs scored, 3 big singles for Steve on the night. He's been very hot at the plate all season, so credit to him for a great year at the plate offensively. And then our 11th hitter to round out the lineup is our extra hitter, Green, who had a fantastic night at the plate, 2 for 3 with the runs scored and a sac fly. He helped as well with the book. I looked at the book after the game and took a picture of the box score and just wanted to look at how everybody did at the plate just so I could talk about it here in a recap. And he actually wrote down what everybody of the team did at the plate. So each at-bat, he had a whole breakdown of what they did in their previous at-bats. So when, let's say, the third hitter came up in the lineup, he would say, hey, watch out, this guy hit a ground ball last time your way, so be ready. Or, hey, Maddog, be ready, the ball's coming to you. Last 3 at-bats, there were flyouts to you. So thanks to Green for doing that. It definitely helps defensively to have a playbook there to know where guys like to hit the ball. And it seems like every single time Green shows up, we do get a win. So thankfully, he was there on Friday night, and now we force a big game on Monday night at Faxon Park tomorrow night at 7:45. Hopefully we get a win. I will keep you guys posted and hopefully have a post-game recap after we get a big win. Thank you guys so much for listening. Much appreciated as always. I hope you guys have a good one. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.